So let's talk about automations, right? So we've been talking a lot about creating the forms, creating the forms, the fields, the information. Let's talk about how do we actually follow up, right, to that. So when we click on that little Harry Potter lightning bolt on the left-hand side of the screen, that's going to open up our automations menu. When it opens up, you're going to see two different types, the easy and the advanced. We talked a little bit about the easy earlier in the day. So let's walk through it in real life so everybody can see what's kind of going on here. So when we come to easy automations, it's going to show your menu of your easy automations. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to create a new one. So we click on the little black plus, we create a new easy automation. The name that's up here is completely internal, right? We don't have to worry about customers seeing that name. They will never know what automation they're in. For our purposes of today, we're just going to go 1129 classroom. Okay. Then the first thing is going to say when. So this is us establishing what is the starting point. When do we want this to start, right? We click on the plus and it's going to open up all the trackable actions that Keap has. At the top, they try to be nice and give you like the greatest hits, if you will, right? It's like the Eagles' greatest hits here at the top. But as you scroll down, you're going to see an expanded menu of all the abilities that Keap's easy automations can look at. We were talking about public forms and landing pages, right? So we're just going to do the public form for this first example, okay? It's when you pick a public form or a landing page, it's going to open up a menu like this. And the first option is going to say is, hey, do you want to create a new form? We don't, right? We already made it. And then it's going to say, do you want to pick any of your forms? No, we don't want any. Below that, it'll give us our specific list of those forms. This allows you to be very, very specific with what form and then what follow-up to that form you want. It also gives you the ability to say, I want to be really generic and I just initially want just a thank you email, right? We're going to go ahead and just pick a random one here. Once we pick that form, it'll show that form specifically. And then it's going to go, okay, well, you want that public form filled out. Then what do you want to have happen? When you click on that, it's going to open up the menu. Once again, greatest hits at the top. And then as you scroll down, you can see these are all your different actions. This is where we can send out that thank you email. We can utilize Keap's basic templates here, and we can write a very simple thank you. Now, this email builder that you see here, this is it. It's very, very basic. It's very, very, Quaker Oats, right? No strawberries, no blueberries, just plain oatmeal, right? This builder that you see here in the easy automations also is the same email template builder that you see when you're trying to send off a manual email within a contact record. So the way it works is the builder works from this easy to contact records, and the advanced email builder goes to the email broadcast. So you have these two different areas where those types of emails are able to be utilized. You can see that there's really not a lot of like customization what you can do for imagery here. You can put your signature block in here. You can put links to your appointment scheduling or your Google reviews. You can manage your templates down here at the bottom and customize that, but this is pretty much it, right? Now, once that email's good and you set it up to go to send, your next step is going to ask you, do you want that to happen like immediately or do you want to like wait a little bit? This is personal preference. Some people like having an immediate thank you email send out of it. Some people like to wait, a couple minutes so that way it looks like somebody interpreted that email, reviewed that information, then sent it out. This is personal preference. It all really depends on how you want your strategy of follow-up to be. We're really big fans of the old wait 3 minutes and then send out the email. We find that gives us a cool little cadence with our folks. Now, in the easy automations, you can also suggest what wants to be a corresponding end action, right? So what you can do here is inside of that email, you could say, hey, I want you to schedule a link. And it can track when that link actually gets completed because we can track when the appointment happens. but that requires it being inside a Keep, right? If you were sending them, let's say Phil was sending them to Calendly, right? Well, Keep's not Calendly, so if they booked that appointment, Keep wouldn't know, right? Or let's say Jasmine was trying to link to a PayPal page to go pay for that product. Well, if that payment happens at PayPal, Keep wouldn't know. So you want to make sure when you're doing your stop goals in the easy automations that it's something back into Keep that it can be tracked on. Okay. For our purposes, we're just going to do it like this. When they fill out the form, we send them out an email. Basic automation, right? When we publish that easy automation, yay, it'll do a little confetti, a little bit of happiness. And then it'll be this active status. To look at the numbers on it, you give it a good click. It's going to start to load up here. You'll see view metrics at the top. And this is all the numbers that we're able to get once it loads up here. How many people went into it? How many people completed going through all the steps? And because it was a step where it had an email, how many emails were sent? Know who opened it, know who clicked on it, nothing. Very, very basic.
Question.
Mhm.
You showed at the bottom of that last screen, there was tags. So say I'm at a conference and I've got this landing page going. In this step of automation, could I create a tag and say Las Vegas Conference 2024, where that's where that person signed up and that tag would show up on their in the CRM?
Yes, we would put that tag underneath then here.
Okay.
And then you would put the add tag here.
Okay.
So you would put, you would create the Las Vegas form, right? And then the Las Vegas form would be up here, going to the Las Vegas thank you, and then the add a tag to add that Las Vegas tag event here.
Perfect.
Yeah, good question. Now, on yours, in that situation, because we had multiple steps, when we go into that one's reporting, we would still only see a number of the people that processed through that step, right? Know who actually got that tag applied to them. Just 15 people did, right? This is kind of the drawback to building automations with marketing inside of Easies. It's easy to build, but there's just no ability within that tool because of how easy it is to get that reporting.